in this moment, I am having a challenging time trusting the process. You know, both things are always true. There's the one that knows, that's in the heart center, in that soul place of everything is happening for a reason, and stay with it. You're okay. No matter what happens, you're okay, whatever that okay looks like. And then there's the emotional body and the pain body. I'm in the process right now of preparing to move, which feels really important, but also really scary. I'm moving somewhere that's less expensive, that's quieter. And by the grace of the people in my life, one of them owning a building and subsidizing the rent so it's somewhat attainable. There's been so much grace. Leaving this house where the illness happened feels important. There's a lot of triggers here. And will I be able to get well where I got sick has been up for me a lot. So this is a big leap of faith. There's a part of me that feels like, how am I gonna be able to do this? Yes, there are people that are coming to pack up for me and move me, and beloveds flying in from other places to help me set up my home. But there's the one, the Sarah that remembers, the Sarah that was, and whew, it's a lot to feel dependent. I have been so supported. The fundraising that's been going on and the fundraisers at yoga studios, and right now there's tote bags for sale that contain beautiful gifts of artistry to raise money to support me through this process. That fundraising is my only source of sustenance. I'm in the process right now of applying for ODSP, which I've been avoiding because looking at my options earlier on, my diagnosis, even though there's further investigation going on, isn't recognized by the OHIP system. So majority of my medical treatment is privatized and therefore very expensive. And if put down on a form, it's highly questioned. I do have a new doctor since December who is willing to fill out these papers on a symptomology basis, which is really helpful because my limitations are real regardless of whether or not there is a diagnosis that adheres to somebody's idea of what that is. And as grateful as I am that that's even an option and that support is there through the government, what it feels like is there's a commitment to keeping me destitute if I ask for help. The majority of support I would get if I'm approved is about $1,200 a month, which basically covers rent and utilities. I mean, especially in this city. I have a social worker, well, she's actually just a friend of mine who's familiar in that language, helping me because I cognitively would not be able to handle the process, and also I don't know the right things to say, right? So having somebody help me advocate is really a great service. And at the same time, the feeling of having to give financial reports and justify the fundraising that I've done and why haven't I applied sooner? Why haven't I applied sooner? Because your role is to essentially prove that I'm not sick enough to need support. And if you do need support, then I can only fundraise so little. So there's like a really small cap put on how much income can come in, even if I start to be able to function enough to start raising some money, working. It's like $300 a month or something. So yeah, I haven't wanted to go through the process. I also thought that I would be better by now. And in this moment, I feel like, when is this gonna end? You know? I know we all have those moments. Like, when is this gonna end? I know I do a really good job staying present, because the day-to-day, just waking up and trying to function, which is often really, really hard. The only thing that allows me to be able to move is that I'm not in crisis mode all the time now. It's like this ongoing, if you imagine having like major body aches and pains and the flu and a hangover, and you did a really big workout, so your body's super sore and sensitive. Like when you have a fever, I mean, that's essentially my reality in the day-to-day. I'm hypersensitive to everything. I sweat, I get diarrhea. It's like, again, easier to make a video saying how much better I am. But I also honor the commitment to be really transparent throughout this process. There is still an ask here for support or sharing of the fundraiser, and the humility in that is, thank you, thank you, thank you. In my knowing of knowing, I know that this too shall pass. And in this moment, things are challenging, and that's okay. I do know that we're in this together, and I thank you for watching. May we all know vital health and thriving.